everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a tutorial, and it is on this look right here, my friends. It's on my it's on my eyeshadow. I already did my face makeup going into this video, so you'll see that in the next clip. But I got a couple requests on this eyeshadow look because this is the look that I had on my, I believe it was like my favorites, my blush favorites. And you guys were like, we need a tutorial, so here we are. You're welcome. It's so easy, you guys. This look is literally, I think I used like 4, maybe 5 shades in total. It's just building up colors, really all it is, and you guys will just see. I've been really into bright colors lately, so this look is it for me. If you guys would like to see how I achieved this look, then please keep watching. So taking the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, I'm taking this white shade Certified, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that onto the lid and focusing that shade onto the inner corner slash like lid area. I just want to lighten up the inner corner a little bit, so I'm not going to go any further than like the center of my eye. So I'll just keep that shade focused right in the front just to brighten up the eye a little bit before we go in with the pink shade. I'm applying it super messy with just like a big flat fluffy brush. Not really any rhyme or reason, and then I'm kind of taking it up a little bit and buffing that out. Then going in with Tipsy Girl, which is this pink shade right here, and then I'm just gonna start building that on the lid, starting pretty low. And I'm just using like it is clean, I swear, I know it's just stained, but like a little buffy brush. This is the Morphe M433. And I'm gonna start by keeping this shade really low and then just buffing it out. So starting on the lid and like kind of focusing on the outer corner, but also like blending it into the inner corner as well. And just kind of going back and forth in windshield wiper motions. Just trying to get all that color onto our lid before we start blending it outwards. And then we can start blending outwards and really diffusing it. And once majority of that shade is off your brush, then I'll start going into like that inner corner and then start blending like outwards and really defining that crease. And then just start diffusing it and just taking it a little bit higher. You can even use like just a blank fluffy brush, which is what I'm gonna start doing now, just to kind of like blend everything together, make sure there's no harsh line. This is the M504. But yeah, it's just a blank brush, and I'm just gonna go over that and just make sure there's no harsh lines, everything is diffused and blended. And then from there, we'll just keep building up the pigment. So pretty much just doing the exact same thing, using that same brush and doing that again, starting at the bottom, making sure we focus all of that shadow onto the crease before we start blending and diffusing it. I feel like I've been doing like so many brown looks lately that I really like, I'm really like into color right now, so I'm really trying to like get out of my comfort zone, start using some more colorful eyeshadows, more neons, because honestly, like I've really been inspired and into like the neons. Like look at that, that looks so pretty. Especially like for brown eyes, I feel like pink is just so flattering. And it's okay if we get a lot of that pink into the inner corner and cover up that light shade that we did, because we're gonna go back we're gonna go back in with that Certified shade once we're done building up the pink, and then we'll brighten it up a little bit more, because as you can tell, like it is losing its pigment right now, but that's fine. We want to focus on the pink first, and then we'll go back and touch up that Certified shade. And literally just keep doing that. Like I'm just gonna keep packing on that pink until I feel like it's at a good place. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with this shade right here called Therapy Sesh, and I'm just gonna go ahead using that same brush that we applied the pink with. I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on the crease just to kind of deepen up and give that crease just a little bit more dimension. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that right into that crease. And then after applying that shade, I'm then just gonna go ahead and use that blank brush again and just buff everything out, make sure everything is blended, and that is really pretty much the look. Like it's super easy. I'm just gonna go back in with that Certified shade just to brighten everything up, but yeah, that's pretty much the look. I'm just gonna use a big fluffy brush right now, but then I'll use a smaller one to just really get into the nooks and the crannies, and see, like it just gives you that really pretty like ombre bright eye kind of look, and it's so pretty. And then just taking a smaller brush, this is the M456 brush, and I'm just gonna go right into there. I'm trying to make that light shade just a little bit more pigmented. And there we go. Then taking just a smaller brush, this is the JH39 brush, and then I'm just gonna go in again with that certified shade, just building up the pigment right in the inner corner. And there we go. That is pretty much it for that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do a step that I didn't do in my last look. When I did this look before where you guys, it was like my favorites, blush favorites, I think is the video. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of black shadow on and tightline it onto my lash line. So using this shade Temptress right over here, this black shade, and I'm just gonna use like a tight little brush. This is the M410 brush, but I'm just gonna go ahead and like kind of tight line my lash line just to make it look a little bit more dramatic. So I'm just kind of smudging out that black into my lash line, so when we put our lashes on, it'll just give it a little bit more of like a fuller effect. And then just doing a little bit in the inner corner. I'm not taking it all the way into the inner corner, but just a little bit so that it's like blended. And I don't want to take this shade too high, so that's about good. And then I'll just use that same brush that we've been using to pack on the shade just to buff everything out. I'll pick up just a little bit more of that pink shade and just kind of go over that black. So it's super like faint and light. It just is gonna help blend our lashes together. All right, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw on some lashes. I'm telling you guys, this look is like super easy. You could literally do it in your sleep. Just don't know what kind of lash do I want. Do I want the double up or do I want the mega volume? So I'm gonna be using the Ardell mega volume lashes. These look like they're gonna be very pretty. They're kind of like individualized. And before doing that, I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of mascara on my top lashes. I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational, which I always have a hard time saying that name for some reason. Just a little coat. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop my lashes on really quick off camera, and we'll be back to do our waterline. All right, so while my lashes are drying, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of liner on my waterline. I'm using the Sephora Collection Coconut Liner. Well, it's like their liner, but in the shade Coconut. Then taking Tipsy Girl on a smaller brush. Again, I've had this brush for so long, it is wiped off the name or the number, but this is kind of what it looks like. And I'm just gonna go over that liner we just applied. I don't wanna smudge out or smoke out my waterline too much, but just a little bit so that everything is cohesive. So I'm just, sorry if I'm like out of the frame, but I'm just gonna go ahead and smudge that out. Sorry, I'm like in such a rush. I literally didn't realize I have a COVID test literally like in 10 minutes. So I just texted and I'm like, oh, I'm running a little late, but I'm going out of the country on Sunday, so I have to have a negative COVID test 72 hours before. And I originally made my appointment for 6 p.m. but then they like texted me this morning like, could you come in earlier? And I was like, yeah, like I can come in at 2:30, and then like it's 2:50. And I texted him, I'm like, I'm gonna be there closer to 3. And then I'm connecting it back with the not the mascara, but the eyeshadow that we have going on in our top lid. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of like connect that. And then taking another like little flat top brush, and I'm gonna be using the shade Not My Journey, which is this purple shade right here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and tight line our waterline just to add a little bit more dimension to our look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tight line that. And then I'll just diffuse it with that brush that we were using. Literally the whole look. Okay, and so now I'm just gonna run some mascara on my waterline lashes or whatever you wanna call it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and put some lip liner on. I'm using the Marc Jacobs Ococa, and my earring just totally fell out of my ear. Oh, and I almost forgot. Now for our brow highlight, I'm going to use this shade I'm In It, which is this like kind of like a purple hue to it. And honestly, you guys, I'm really impressed with myself. I literally used one palette. I think when I originally did this look, I think I used the James Charles palette for like a couple shades, but I literally got the exact same look by just using one palette. And it's the Jaclyn Hill palette. She knows her shades, man. So just focusing that on the brow point. I'm just diffusing it. I did my eyebrows a little different today too. I kind of went in a little bit lighter. I did more like the fluffy brow and like not so like sharp and defined. So, you know, I'm trying to follow the trends, you guys. And then just going back in and blending. I'll just put a little bit of gloss on using my Dior, what is this? Lip Maximizer in like the beige number 13 shade. Okay, and there you have it, you guys. I am all done with this look. I am so here for it. I mean, I loved it the first time I did it and I love it this time. I'm probably gonna change up this lip because it's a little bit too dark for like the vibe that I'm going for right now, but I just threw something on really quickly because, like you guys heard, I'm in a rush. I'm supposed to be somewhere like 10 minutes ago. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know the drill. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.